screen. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm streaming all these games in one video, so the transitions between sets is kind of odd, but this is going to be the second set between Flash and Jaedong in the Bigfile MSL Grand Finals. This is going to be an odd eye 3. At the 11 o'clock position, we're going to have Terran playing in brown. We're going to have Flash at the lower end position playing in yellow. We're going to have Jaedong. Quickly make sure all my audio is recording just fine. Yes, it is. So cool there. Odd eye 3, the map that Jaedong hates, with no surprise, because mech on this thing is horrible to deal with. You do not want to have to deal with mech on this map. It's horrible on this map. It rips Zerg to pieces. It's very much, and the entire map pool really is very Terran favored. Polaris Rhapsody probably the most biased in TVZ towards Terran. Odd eye significantly biased towards Terran in TVZ. Fighting Spirit, most likely the most balanced map in here, still has a slightly larger Terran win ratio, but still not enough for it really to become a big factor. And let's see what else. We have Triathlon as well, which actually has a Terran to Zerg win ratio, although again, not that many games have been played on it, so you can't really say it's that heavily biased, because you've seen it, you know, go back and forth, both races pretty win. There haven't been enough games played on it to really say. But yeah, Fighting Spirit and Triathlon are kind of the slightly more balanced maps, and then their little funkiness in them kind of add to the fun. But Odd Eye 3 and Polaris Rhapsody, especially Polaris Rhapsody, are pretty bad because it gets repeated. Actually, don't know if it got chosen. I don't know why they chose Polaris Rhapsody as a double map rather than Fighting Spirit or Triathlon. Rather, you know, to go for a map that's not biased. But apparently they don't want Jaedong to get the golden badge. They don't want to give him a big payout. Jaedong gonna go for a 12 hatch here. This is a 2-player map, yes, but Zerg players go for 12 hatches on 2-player map these days, especially with the short rush distances that you have. And it seems like Flash gonna go for, I think, 1 Rex next, but has the supply depot at the front, but he might decide to go for, I think he's actually getting his SCV scout out there, so I think he might actually decide to go for a 14cc yet again. And there's a gangster in the crowd with a fan. Yeah, okay, but 14cc coming up here for Flash again, so this is kind of, I think, what he wanted to do in the, second to last, the last OSL, I think, and the second to last MSL thing, but yeah, mostly the last OSL. He tried to kind of get himself in a position where he can go for 14 CCs and play solid on it, and he didn't. Didn't do it in the OSL against Effort, but last MSL against Jaedong, he 14 CC'd several times. I don't think it was every game, but almost at least 3 of the 5 games, I think he 14 CC'd and won the MSL, so very nice from him there. Is putting up his barracks there at the front. Also going to wall off completely with that supply depot. Has his only CV out there, spotting Jaedong out. Jaedong going for a 3rd hatch here very quickly. I think it actually might have even come up before, yeah, coming up before the spawning pool and the extractors. So Jaedong going to go for mass mutas again here, apparently. We're going to see what he tries to go for some funky switches, but I think he's just going to try to play toe-to-toe yet again with Flash, and I'm not quite sure whether that's the best idea. You really need to put on some massive pressure with those Mutalisks, and obviously last time Flash had it all figured out, is going for that mech build again. I'm wondering whether he's actually going to go for the entire thing, exactly the same thing. Although I think this being Odd Eye 3, it's less likely that he would go for a Medic Marine transition, but it's not something I would put past him at the same time, because this is Flash, by God. And even when you think he's a Terminator in a machine and you can kind of have him sort of figured out, in the end it just gets shown that that's not the truth. And more white guys in the crowd, which I wish they weren't there. Not that they weren't there, I just wish they would stop showing them all the time. And the first said they're showing some critical battle moments happening and like, oh, hello, look at the crowd, look at the waving people. One of the Zerglings has a kill, so I assume that's the SCV scout. Actually, I think Flash instantly, as soon as losing his SCV, sent out another one. I think it might have been the one that finished building the supply depot, finished it on the right side. So he's going to send out an SCV scout to get the scout yet again. Got to go for Marine at the front to help himself defend. Of course, got to be very wary of Jaedong going for frontal assaults. Is going for a lair, but still, you know, I wouldn't say that. I think actually going for lair now at this point only has a few Zerglings out there. I think if he's going to go for some heavy pressure, he would have come in already. Jaedong would have transitioned into that heavy pressure right now. Suzu Flash are probably going for exactly the same thing. Has 2 refineries. No machine shop yet, though. So, 3rd factory. 3rd factory. Wow, 3 very quick factories. And I'm wondering exactly what he's going to go for here. Marine inside of Flash's base on the high ground. Oh, how clutch is this? Expecting expecting that Overlord has one Vulture out there. I'm wondering if he's actually going to try to go for some mass Vultures to shut things off. That could be very interesting, very creative, very different. Do see the Spark coming up inside the natural expansion after the lair for Jaedong. Marine's going to see that Overlord's like, go away, you're not getting the scout, bugger off. 4th factory on the way. So Flash is going for some insanity here. No idea what he's going to go for. Has one Vulture out there, kind of just sneaking up at the front. Zerg is going to try to prevent as much as possible. Don't see a Sunken, though, so Jaedong should be putting down the Sunken right now because this, okay, has a couple of Hydras out there, so that's going to take care of. Never mind the Sunken reading the mech. So has some Hydras out there. So Hydralist Den, very quick, didn't spot that. Very quick Hydralist Den. So at the very least, he's going to have the reaction. Has the Evolution Chamber coming up there. Spire as well, so he might actually not at all go for Mutalisks. I'm wondering whether it does. Actually not going for Mutalisks. Has an army out there as well. If Flash is actually going for Goliath, if he's still expecting Mutalisks to come at him, I think he might be disappointed. Jaedong going to expand here at the 4 o'clock position. Going to try to take a quick third. And just going to hold Flash back right now with some Hydras. It doesn't seem like Jaedong might be going for any heavy aggression at all, actually. Seems like he just wants to play a macro game here. Do see Goliath being produced there by Flash, and I think he's going for Karen boosters yet again, but 3 whole factories, so definitely not going to transition into Medic Marine as he did last time. I think he's kind of set himself too far forward to do that. But he might find himself not maybe pleasantly surprised, find himself significantly surprised when he sees that might actually not seeing any Mutalisks coming out there. Hydras are kind of like milling around the field, do have speed upgrades at this point. Goliath mule on the opposite side. Goliath can fight with Hydras toe-to-toe, but not really in the way you want, though. The Hydras, you don't really want Goliath engaging with Hydras. But I think Flash has enough to fight them back if the Hydras decide to go for a break, because right now it seems like Jaedong massing a lot of Hydras, do have speed, should be working on additional upgrades, should have working on range upgrades as well. And it does seem like he's getting a lot of them right now. I think Jaedong actually is thinking of maybe going for some heavy pressure at the front. Still, yeah, Hydras then impulsating, barracks floating up at exactly the wrong time. No, what are you doing? Oh, Flash, do not be cocky, do not be cocky. You might find yourself surprised. Oh man, this is gonna be one of those moments like surprise. I wish I wasn't being surprised. A lot of Hydras are gonna come here at the front. There are a lot of Goliaths out there for Flash. We're gonna see who actually decides to can engage this. I think he should actually be able to fight this back. One of the supply depots go down, but I really don't think Jaedong's gonna be able to really do the proper damage that he wants to do. Excuse me. Meanwhile, just gonna get some saturation going at this 4 o'clock base, and just gonna keep on the pressure with the Hydras, forcing the Goliaths out. Oh no, this might be actually the perfect plan. Sir, I have a cunning plan. And that's an entire control group of Goliaths just milling around the map where they're not defending anything. 6 o'clock base is going to be coming up for Jaedong as well. So now he's playing very interesting as well. Going for a lot of Hydras. Still doesn't have any upgrades on him from what I saw. But has those Goliaths just milling around the field. Flash definitely knows that, hey, he doesn't have any Mutalisks out there, so he's apparently thinking of going for his 4 o'clock position. Are going to be a couple of Sunken colonies that come up. I'm wondering whether Jaedong is actually going to go for a pincer. Has a lot of other Hydras coming in from the back. Is either going to go for a counterattack or going to go for a pincer on these Goliaths. We're going to see exactly what he decides to go for. Goliaths seem to be coming in from the back. There's a Goliath reinforcement that might be going down, coming to his 4 o'clock position. A lot of Goliaths here might be enough to take out the hatchery. I think Flash just needs to focus down. He's focusing down these drones and trying to fight some of the Hydras coming in from the left side. Wants to be careful. Should be focusing down the hatchery. Come on, do the damage. He's now being pincered in from both sides for Hydras. I just don't think there are enough Hydras for Jaedong to fight toe-to-toe with these Goliaths. Karen boosters, that's going to kill a lot of Overlords. That's going to be a significant Overlord kills. So that's going to be a supply block. Jaedong's going to lose his 3rd base. Should still, get his would-be 4th, 3rd base up as well. More Goliaths and siege tanks now also coming into the 4. Machine shop is not splitting, so he might already have siege mode going. Still just keeping up pumping off these 2 bases, keeping as many Goliaths out there. And these early 4 factories really coming in handy now for Flash. Jaedong obviously being a little surprised by the amount of production that Flash is exhibiting. And I just don't think he has enough to fight just with Hydras. Losing at 4 o'clock space was definitely bad. And yet again, going to go for an engagement here. But just look at those Hydras pop. Weapons 1 upgrades and armor 1 upgrades for Flash. Oh, beautiful play. GG from Jaedong. Another quick win for Flash. Thought Jaedong would maybe have Flash fooled there, but that turned out to be not the case. Wow, beautiful play there. Oh, man. 2 quick matches. I don't mind a quick finals. I do not mind a quick finals. I do not need a 30-minute macro fest in every set for my finals. But so far, every single one of those 2 games has been absolutely awesome. There's the KT bench sitting there. Or actually, not just the KT bench. I think there's a Quandra on there, actually. Yeah, they were wearing these funky shirts, but it didn't say KT anywhere on there or anything. So that's interesting. So that was the second set, guys. Absolutely awesome StarCraft. And in a minute now, it's just going to pop me into the third set. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for that. Go. I almost coked on my cola. Let's see, check my audio. Waves are good. All right. I hope you guys are enjoying this, the guys on the live stream. And, of course, you people on YouTube will be enjoying this as well. Might not be up for at least a day, but hey. Might not be up for a day, but hey.